Peace and blessings, everybody, and happy Tuesday. I am Asia Nasir. I am the founder and nonprofit strategist of my consulting firm, Utopian Enterprise Business Solutions, and author of my newly released book, Nonprofit Doesn't Mean No Profit. So yeah, I said Tuesday. Typically, I'm here every Monday, but this Monday I needed to do a self care day. I really needed to do a self care day, so I gave myself grace and permission to do so, so that way I could be back fresh and ready to be able to share what I always share each and every week, which is nonprofit content that is really going to help aspiring founders and existing founders of nonprofit organizations fulfill their mission in real time. So, welcome back to another live here with me. Today, we're going to be talking about a topic, especially, and I'm really focusing on fundraising towards the end of the year because I know there are budgets that we're trying to make sure, as nonprofit organizations, we're trying to make sure that we're hitting our budget goals, or if not exceeding our budget goals, to put us in a really great space for 2024. So, today, I want to talk about creating effective donor recognition programs for your nonprofit organization. So you may be asking yourself, why is this important? Why is this important? Well, what I want to do is give it two words, which is why it's important, and that is donor stewardship. Donor stewardship. This is something that many grassroots nonprofits organizations really struggle with doing effectively. And as a result of that, that's why they lose out on, the donor relationship that they can have and the impact that the donors can create for their nonprofits. And that's because they don't build that relationship with them. They don't nurture that relationship. They don't, secure that relationship. So what a lot of grassroots nonprofits find is that they're getting these one and done donations. They find them, they may get a snippet of them somewhere. Someone may, a friend or family might tell them about something. They may do it as a work situation where they make a donation, but they really don't know much about your organization. They have no attachment or connection to your nonprofit, and therefore the donations dry up. So you're kind of like on this hamster wheel trying to attract new donors to be able to donate towards your organization to keep your programs and your services, sustainable. Well, we as nonprofit organizations, we got to work smarter, not harder. So that's why today's topic is going to be very crucial to you being able to, do what's necessary for your nonprofit organization to stop that from happening and build those type of relationships where donors not only want to give once, but give and give and give again. So yes, we're talking about creating effective, and that's the operative word, effective donor recognition programs, because that is stewardship, being able to recognize your donors as well as show the appreciation in a way that is going to make the donor feel the appreciation and want to continue to give. So I have 5 innovative ways in which you can engage your donors to be able to feel like they are a part of your nonprofit organization and that what they're doing and their contributions are really making an impact for the recipients of your organization. So I'm really, really excited about this particular live today. So because it's different, you hear the regular ones. You need to send the thank you letters, and you need to make sure that you maybe have a newsletter or something like that to keep them engaged. And those are all well and good. We need to be doing those things as well. But here, what I'm going to be sharing with you today is a little bit different. It takes that donor stewardship to another level. So let's get right into it. So the first strategy that I would like to provide to you as it relates to effective donor recognition is creating what's called an interactive digital experience. So what do I mean by that? An interactive digital experience. This is where you create a kind of like a virtual reality tour for your donors. Now, sometimes, like for myself, my organization is on the East Coast. I'm, headquartered in New Jersey. However, a lot of our donors are not from New Jersey. Some of them are from California. Some of them are from Ohio. Some of them are from, Texas, just in different states, right? So they, a lot of times, especially even in our thank you letters, We're always encouraging our supporters to come to our location so that way they can meet our recipients, meet the girls and the women that are participating in my nonprofit organization, so that way they can see the impact that they're making and whose lives they're impacting. Well, not all of your donors are in a capacity where they can actually do that, right? So, what you have to do in order to still create that recognition, that acknowledgement, that appreciation for that donor who may not live where your nonprofit is headquartered, create a virtual tour for that particular donor that lives out of state where they can do the same thing and actually see the recipients in whose lives they're touching, and allow them to engage them and talk to them and see in real time where their money is going and how it's impacting the lives of those that it was meant for. So, for example, say you have a location, say you have an event where the girls are, or not the girls, but your recipients. I'm saying girls because I'm biased because that's my nonprofit organization. But say you have an event for your recipients, or you have a program. Say you have a program for your recipients, and this is something that you can actually create in virtual terms, or a virtual tour where you can create that atmosphere for that donor to be able to see in the classroom what they're learning, what they're engaging, how the recipients are responding to the information being disseminated, or the impact that it's having on them. And you might want to do this more than once, maybe in the beginning when the program just starts, versus the end when you can actually see the transformation happening in real time. You can see the donor can actually see, although virtual, they can actually see it. So that way they can see and experience the impact that their donation is making. That's a wonderful way that you can engage donors that live afar, that's not able to come face to face, but really still believe in your mission and think that what you're doing is important. Create that experience for them, because that experience is what's going to keep them wanting to make additional donations to your nonprofit, because they can actually see, although virtual, they can see the impact in real time. So that is strategy number one. Strategy number two is what I call legacy storytelling projects. Yes, legacy storytelling projects. Each time you ask a founder, or even someone who's aspiring to become a founder of a nonprofit organization, when you ask them, what do you want to leave for your community, or what was the reason why you started this nonprofit? 9 times out of 10, they will say, I started this nonprofit because obviously you want to make change in your community, you want to see change, but you want to leave a legacy, right? Everyone says that. Every nonprofit wants to leave a legacy long after the founder is gone, long after they're no longer running it, actively themselves. They want to leave that legacy, right? So, in order to create that effective donor recognition, you can utilize legacy storytelling projects. And what do I mean by that? Well, legacy storytelling projects are like a series of short documentaries that explains. Now this is more so for your major donors. This is more for your major donors. So this is where your recipients of your organization, you can create a series of mini documentaries of each of the recipients, so that way your major donors once again can see the change that's happening in real time. When they first came, maybe you expanded and created a program that now this person was able to participate in because of the major donation that was given from that donor. Because of that expansion of that program, or the launch of this new program, and the funding that was given to them, having a mini series mini documentary to show each different person. So we always hear testimonials, right? And it's great that we get testimonials to talk about what they think of the program as a whole, and their experience with it. However, a mini documentary is a little different, because you get to see the experience. You get to feel and go through the experience with the recipient itself. Where they were, what was happening in their life, what was not working, the condition, the state of mind, all of those different things. And then because of this major donation that was made by this donor, that they were able to participate in this program either at very nominal cost or at no cost at all, and how it changed their life in a way that leaves a legacy. That this is the legacy, this is the impact. Because make no mistake about it, if you're running a nonprofit, you should not just be looking to offer services, you are looking for transformation and impact. So these stories that you're able to do is great for your major donors to be able to see, my goodness, I gave this amount of money and this is the impact that it's having with these different individuals. I saw from the beginning to end their whole, and they are articulating and narrating the impact and the transformation that it happened. It is a reason for a major donor to want to continue to possibly sponsor more individuals to have that same impact. Now you can post this up on social media. You can, show this documentary live at a fundraiser. But what would really be nice is if you had a private screening with that major donor and their family and friends, so that way they can see what impact they have made, what legacy they are leaving for their family, what legacy they're leaving for themselves, with people that they may never meet, but they're able to actually hear and see the documentary and hear the transformation happen and see the transformation happen because of that donation that was given, that major donation that was given. So legacy storytelling projects is another great way to effectively recognize a donor and how they've impacted your nonprofit organization. So that was strategy number 2. Strategy number 3 is an impact point system. An impact point system. So now you're not always going to get major donations, right? We pray for those as nonprofit organizations. We love those. We live for those things, right? However, what typically happens is, and this is where sustainability comes in, is where you get those regular donations that come in that may be $100, $50, $75, whatever the amount is, but it's consistent. Those are the donations that absolutely keep your doors open for your nonprofit. You need those. We absolutely need those because you have supplies and you have bills you have to pay, your website hosting, all of those different things, that those are costs. And when you get those regular donations coming in, that's what helps you to keep your doors open, keep your online presence, there on the World Wide Web. I mean, all of those different things. So those donations matter, right? So creating an impact point system is where you can give points to your donors. And based on those points, you can let them know whether it's on a monthly basis or on a quarterly basis. You can let them know how many points they have available that they can redeem and what they can redeem it for. So you can have a gift card to this, or you can have something that they enjoy, something that they like. This is equivalent to this amount, but this can also be redeemed for a lunch with the founder, or lunch with the executive director, or lunch with the board of directors, right? Something that they can redeem, that they can feel like, you know what, I'm really a part of this nonprofit family here. They really appreciate, and they actually demonstrate and recognize their appreciation by allowing me to, just spend some time with them, pick their brains, see where the vision is, where they're going with this. What do you think that donor is going to do? That donor is going to keep on giving, and on top of that, they're going to tell all their friends and family, I sat with the founder, I sat with the board of directors, this was an amazing lunch, or they redeemed this for me, this is where I got this from. They're going to tell their friends and family, which you hope would then create new donors to be able to come to your nonprofit. So an impact point system is a really innovative way to incentivize, I think that's the word, to give an incentive to your donors to be able to continue to donate. So you're not trying to buy them, but this is just, on a nominal level, to be able to show your appreciation for their donations that they are giving to your nonprofit organization. So that was strategy number 3. Strategy number 4 is donor-driven grants. So what do I mean by donor-driven grants? Well, I'll give you an example. My nonprofit organization, Jessica Cares, does an entrepreneurial masterclass for teen girls. And in this entrepreneurial masterclass, it's a 12-week masterclass. And at the end of the masterclass, our girls have to actually present their business plan presentation to successful entrepreneurs. Where they have to do their market analysis, they have to share what their action plan is, whether it's for a year or, whatever, short term, long term. They have to have a SWOT analysis, all of the components that you would find in a business plan, their financials, projections, all of that has to be done. Our teen girls, right? And when they present it, there is a first, second, and third place winner. And with that second and third place winner, there is seed money that is given to the winners of the business plan presentation. So that way they can use that money to actually launch whatever business it is that they have, started the class for, and to learn how they can actually initiate, their business. So with that being said, there is money that's given. So say you have a donor who sponsors this program. Say you have this, this is the amount that it's going to be, and they give a significant amount, and or the whole thing. What you can do is have them be a part of who, if you have any type of project or program where there's going to be recipients, maybe there's an essay that they have to write, and based on that essay, there's some type of, scholarship money or some type of monetary uh, giving towards this recipient. Allow that donor, maybe more than one, but allow that donor to participate in the decision making of who receives that. Why do they feel that this person would be a good candidate to receive this money or to receive this scholarship or whatever it is? Why do they feel that? Get their input. Make them feel like they are a part of, again, they're a part of the decision making, because it's their money that we're able to do this, or that your organization is able to do what it's doing. So allow them. So it's kind of like donor driven. Let them be a part. Obviously, it's not only their decision, but let them be a part of the process in being able to decide who is going to be a recipient. You may even want to name that scholarship after that donor. Again, those are effective donor recognition programs that you can do for your donors. And last but not least, I thought this was really innovative. This one is called a time capsule tribute. A time capsule tribute. So you actually give them a time capsule. This donor can do whatever they want with it, as far as putting whatever they want in it. It could be a letter to the organization, it could be photos, it could be their wish list, it could be whatever they want to put in that time capsule. And then what you do is you choose a significant date, obviously in the future. It could be an anniversary, your 10-year anniversary, your 15-year anniversary, or whatever. And you allow that time capsule to be open. And then you can read the letter, or you can show the photos or something like that, where you can show the connection from that donor to the mission of the nonprofit organization. That's another great way that you can obviously um, recognize your donor, their thoughts, their passions, what's important to them, and share that with everyone else. So those are 5 innovative ways. If you haven't done this before, and if you've been doing your due diligence and sending out your thank you letters, sending out your year-end letters, for them to be able to do that, that's great. If you're doing newsletters and you're keeping them abreast, if you have a marketing strategy on your social media pages and you're posting them up, that's great. You want to continue to do those things. But every now and then, if you're noticing that you're getting those one and dones, and that due diligence that you've been doing is just not enough to get that, try these different strategies here. These are 5 different strategies, and pick one, and work it and see how how it's going to change the trajectory of your donors and what they do and how the word is being spread. So we got a comment here. I'm traveling yet benefiting. Wonderful. I'm so glad. Walaikum salam. I'm very happy that you're able to benefit from the strategies that are being provided here. And this is what it's all about. As a as any business, you're always looking to work smarter, not harder. So if there's a smarter way to do something, if there's a greater way to invest your time for your board or for your volunteers or for your organization in order to receive, a greater return, that's what you want to do. So try these different five, try one at a time. Don't try to do all five at one time. Try one at a time and see which one works for you and how it impacts your donors and how it makes your donors feel. I can guarantee you it's going to make a difference in the relationship that you're able to build with your donors, nurturing that relationship and making your donors feel like they are really part of the transformation and the impact that your organization is looking to make. So that is what I wanted to share with you on this Tuesday morning, which should have been yesterday. But, like I said, I needed a self care day. So, this is what I wanted to share with you this week. Share this with your board. If you have a nonprofit, don't hoard this information. Make sure at your next board meeting, make sure you share this and then pick one of these strategies to see, hey, how are we going to do this to nurture our donors and assign each board member someone that they can work a strategy with that, resonates with them. So make this a productive day for yourself. Make it an impactful day, even if it's not with your nonprofit, just individually. If it's giving a smile, giving a compliment to make a difference in someone's life, do it today because tomorrow is not guaranteed to us. So, this is what we do at Utopian Enterprise Business Solutions. We help you learn and then drop the L.